Hey everyone, I want to go over 911 respect with you, discussing what respect does and does not look like. This is one of those things that is posted in every classroom. Right? That's one of our class rules is respect, and it's the most debated, especially when you are in junior high. How many of you have heard students say, "Man, she didn't respect me, so I'm not going to respect her," um, or things like that, or "Man, I got a detention for asking a question." Anyway, bottom line is, we I just really wanted to take the emotion out of it, and just to look at the physical, what it looks like. And first, I also want to talk about respect because this is something that I found I even hear teachers struggling with. Um, I've heard this definition come out of teachers' mouths, students' mouths, and I thought we just need clarification. Respecting the person. This is a feeling, and it's how you feel. It's about how you feel about a person, and it's earned respect. And examples might be friends, classmates, teammates, coworkers, etc. It could be really anyone, but this is goes along with the common saying: respect is earned, never given. Right? Um, and this is what I educate students on now is respecting the position of authority. Um, when you respect a position, this is an action. This is how you treat a person in authority. It's not earned. It's an action. It's what you do. And people in position of authority, to just some examples: parents, teachers, coaches, employers, police, the president. This is, I don't know why my little pointer is going a little nuts. But anyway, this is like an example of when a police officer asks you to stop with their, well, they don't ask you, I guess. They've just got the lights going in your stomach. Pit of your stomach is, you're feeling like you're going to vomit because you know the ticket's going to be like $250, right? But anyway, this is the reason why you stop. Chances are good you do not know that police officer, but you stop. Why? Because it's what it's expected, that you know that person has been given the authority to put you in jail. You also know they're carrying a gun, but regardless, you stop because you respect the position. And so anyway, we're going to look at the poster. This is a poster that I created, and I put up in my classroom because I found that we were losing a lot of time. I was getting frustrated, and students, they were they were enjoying that I was being frustrated. So anyway, I just thought I would just look at the physical parts, because then if somebody earns a detention or something, it's not, well, he was disrespectful, which is an emotional, because we looked at this, right? Feelings. It's based on feelings. So you're trying to reach out to a parent and say that their child was disrespectful to you, and it feels like this. Whereas if we can look at being disrespectful and point out the actions, it's completely different. It's a different playing field, and it's not as uncomfortable. So anyway, basically, this is the poster that I have in my room, and it talks about accepting decisions, comments, ideas, and opinions from someone in authority, right? And this is what respectful looks like. These are respectful gestures: neutral face, body language, nodding. Verbal responses might be yes, ma'am, yes, sir, okay, all right. Use neutral voice, because as we know, if we don't use a neutral voice, they say yes, ma'am. That's not neutral, and it's not being respectful, right? And so anyway, I also look at disrespectful gestures. I spell them out and just have a stop sign remind them to stop and think. And I also validate. These are knee-jerk reactions in the red zone. So the green zone is where you want to stay and keep your reactions. And the red zone means basically stop and think. And it's a knee-jerk reaction. And this is okay to feel. I want students to realize you're normal. It's okay. But let's just be more guarded and thoughtful about how these feelings come out, right? Um, Gestures might be a lip smack. I can't do it, but you know what I'm talking about. All the kids know how to do it. Rolling their eyes, sighs, smirking at self or friends, laughing at self or friends. Verbal responses might be arguing, debating, put downs, comments, questioning, negative voice. And also notice at the bottom, I have posted that disagreements happen at neutral times. Try before or after school. All right, so I have this posted in my classroom, and then I go through this PowerPoint with them about what accepting decisions, comments, ideas, and opinions looks like. And I remind them the red zone is okay to feel. It's normal to feel it. It's okay. To keep your reactions in the green zone. And going back up to the red zone, it's for instance, if we use the police officer thing, and a police officer stops me, I'm not smiling going, oh, yay, I get a ticket. No, it's okay to feel like this stinks because it does. But to remind students, keep your reactions in the green zone and to disagree at neutral times. Even if a police officer stops you and you feel like it was not right, it wasn't fair, etc. There's a court date. You can show up and you can contest it, right? So just teaching students that these are real life strategies. This is real life. Even in your jobs, there's an appropriate time to disagree. So disagree at neutral times. And I always say, try before or after school. And the reason why we don't want to disagree in the moment is that it can waste our time. It doesn't, because then we start debating it. People get angry, and the learning, whatever we're doing in class, kind of stops. It doesn't allow think time. It doesn't allow cool off time. Because honestly, if I'm mad, I really don't want to hear what you have to say. And if you're mad at me, you don't really want to listen to what I have to say at that moment either. So we need that cool off time. Anxiety is not conducive to compromise. And so I go over that with the students. I also go over why these things are disrespectful. And I put in here that it could mean, so I'm not telling them that they lip smacked because of these reasons. I'm just saying lip smack is considered disrespectful because it could mean some of these things, right? You lip smack, and it might mean you don't know what you're talking about. Rolling your eyes might be this is stupid, or sigh might be ugh. I don't want to do this. Smirking at self or friends, it could mean whatever. Let's make the teacher mad, right? Laughing at friends or self who's getting in trouble. Like the teacher says, stop doing that. And they start laughing at themselves. They're trying to make you mad. And so anyway, and if friends are smirking at the other friends, I let them know right up, hey, uh, this isn't cool because you're not encouraging them to be their best. Disrespectful explained. So I look at the verbal responses, arguing, debating. Why do we have to do this? Well, why? Da 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 da. Well, da da da. They just want to go back and forth with you, and I want to change your mind, right? A put down when they say, "Oh, I hate this class." They're probably trying to make you mad, or they're complaining. Comments, this is stupid. Again, complaining, questioning. Why do we have to, right? Um, I have you ever heard kids say, I got it, man, I got a detention just for asking a question. Yeah, we've all heard that. The thing is that they probably weren't asking when the project was due. They were probably saying, why do we have to do this project, or why do we have to do this, or why do we have homework every night? They're not really seeking answers to a legitimate question. This questioning is used as complaining. I'm complaining, or I want you to know I'm not happy about it. And of course, throw in the negative voice. And all of it could mean any of these things. So I like to point that out to the students. All right. So then what we do is I have this, and we go over it, and I let them fill this in, and then they glue it in their planner. So that if they, and then I let them know that this is an automatic detention. All right, so this I go over at the beginning of the year, etc., and I let them know this is your pre-teaching. This is your warning that if you decide to go in the disrespectful red zone, it's an automatic detention because being respectful, it robs us of our time. And there is not time for this. And so that's why we're covering it now. So this is your warning. And then this is glued into their planner so that if they need if they get a detention, I'm literally just writing their detention, and I'll send an email saying, "Hey, I just want to let you know that your son was given a decision to do blah 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 blah." And instead of saying yes, ma'am, or etc., they decided to debate and argue and complain, and those are not accepting decisions. And so that it's not an emotional thing. It's they did this, this, and this, and then I'll